Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Root Yoga Therapy. I'm your certified yoga therapist, Jasmine Leventhal, and welcome to our Rebuild Recharge series. Today's practice is going to be all about balance. I think it's something that us moms just constantly need in our life. We can never get enough. So we're going to bring it into our emotional state, our mental state, our physical state, and combine it in our practice today. And I hope you enjoy. So hop into something comfy and join me on your mat. Okay, welcome back. So we're gonna get started just in a kind of like a seated kneeling position. If you have tight knees and are uncomfortable, please go ahead, grab a pillow or a block, slip it underneath your seat. That'll relieve some pressure and tension off the knees, relieve some of the pressure or tension off the quads. Once you find that comfortable seat, just close your eyes, place your hands on the tops of your thighs, and start to begin to draw your attention inward to notice the breath. And while you're here noticing the rate and tempo of your breathing, also notice the quality of your posture and your seat. So again, finding that nice long posture, drawing the navel in, feeling the energy start to move upwards into the chest, and seeing the shoulders draw back a little bit, opening across the heart, finding a neutral, balanced position with the neck and the head, and allowing all that energy to just move straight up out of the top of the head, upward towards the sky. If there's tension in your jaw, allow the jaw to soften. Allow the eyelids to soften, the space between the brows to soften. All these little parts that we tend to hold stress. Start to let all of it go. Finding those even breaths and balanced breaths in and out through the nose. As you inhale, begin to blink the eyes open, interlace the fingers, stretch them forward, and just notice the rounding slightly in the upper back. If you want to exaggerate that to get that stretch in between the shoulder blades, do so. And then slowly taking the fingers or hands upward and pulling the arms further and further behind the ears without kind of popping out the ribs. So keeping the ribs drawing in and just finding a little more space through the upper back. And then as you exhale, release the hands down, and we'll do that again. So interlace the fingers, stretch the arms forward, maybe exaggerating that stretch. You can drop the chin towards the chest, deepen the stretch in between the upper back and shoulder blades, and then slowly taking the arms upward, hands skyward, pulling the upper arms back behind the ears, and exhale, let that go. One last time, inhale. Stretching the arms forward, rounding the spine, and then taking the hands skyward and down. Good. Take an inhale. Reach your right arm up and over, anchoring down through the left hand. And switch. Remember, this is the Rebuild Recharge, so we're doing a lot of dynamic warming movements, stimulating movements, energizing movements in the beginning of the practice, and then finishing off with some cooling, passive, deeper stretches towards the end. So we're just going to go back and forth here, finding those side stretches. Taking an inhale as the arm goes up and over. Exhale as you lower the arm down. One more on each side. And coming back to center. Good. One more big in-breath. Arms go upward. Press the palms together. A big exhale out the mouth. Hands to heart center. Really nice. And for today's practice, why don't we go ahead and set an intention, why you decided to come on your mat, what drew you here, what you're looking to gain from your practice, and also what you're looking to give to your practice. So a good relationship and a strong relationship is always one with some giving and some receiving, right? And we want to find that balance in both. And then releasing the hands down, moving off your block. If you were seated on one, we're going to come into a hands and knees position. Going through a few cat-cows. I'm going to do this today with my toes tucked personally, just because honestly the bottoms of my feet kind of hurt. So if you're feeling that and you're listening to your body and you want to add that stretch in, go ahead and curl the toes. Otherwise you can have the tops of the feet down. So it's just really up to you. Taking an inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding out through the spine, getting that stretch into the lower back and upper back. Inhale, belly falls. Exhale, round. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming back to a neutral spine. Keep your hips over your knees. Start to stretch your arms forward, finding a puppy dog pose, and just getting a nice deep stretch through the sides of the body, releasing the forehead down towards the mat. Good. One more breath here, and then walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Balancing cat pose, stretch your left leg back, right arm forward. Again, if you want to keep the toes tucked, this time I'm actually going to plant the top of the foot down. So changing the foot position a little bit here. Stretching the right arm forward, reaching back with your left heel. Finding the balance, find the strength through the center of the body. One more big breath in. Exhale, release the hand down. And switch. Right leg's going to go back, left arm's going to reach forward. Draw the navel in, find that stability and balance. And exhale, release them down. Good. Inhale, curl the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Bend the knees. Take a big in-breath. As you exhale, rework the legs towards straight. Good. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, work the legs straight. Last time, bend the knees and straighten the legs. Good. Taking an inhale, shift forward into your high plank position or modified plank on the knees, whatever you feel is working for you today. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, bend the elbows, lower chest, chin, belly, hips, all the way down to the mat. Good. Slide your hands back. Inhale, little cobra pose. Open your heart. Exhale, release. Good. Press through tabletop. And then exhaling into downward facing dog position. Good. We'll try that again. Inhale, shift forward, high plank position or modified plank on the knees. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower chest, chin, belly to the mat. Flip to the tops of the feet. Inhale, light cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, raise your right leg up and back behind you. As you exhale, shift forward. Draw the right knee up into the chest. Pause here. Take the right knee over to the left tricep. Bring it back towards center on the next inhale. Exhale, three-legged dog. Full breath in here. Next exhale, right knee to chest. Step, scooch, or walk the right foot up towards your hands and release the left knee down. Good. So again, already finding your balance. If you need to walk your right foot over an inch or two, go ahead and do that. Climb your hands to the top of your right thigh. Draw the navel in. And then when you're ready, reach the arms skyward. Half lunge. Good. Palms pressed together. Look up. Lean back. Open your heart. Exhale. Release the hands down. And then pause. Right hand's going to go on the right hip. Inhale, left arm up and over. Find a nice side stretch. And back through center. Good. You're going to shift forward. Left hand's going to land to the inside of the right foot. Rotate your chest towards the right wall, and then maybe extend your right arm skyward. Full inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Curl your back toes. And through high plank or modified plank on the knees. Exhale, lowering all the way to the ground. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra pose. Pause here. Lift the hands off the mat. Exhale, soften the hands and chest down. Move through tabletop on your next in-breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Big inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. On your next in-breath, reach your left leg up and back behind you. As you exhale, shift forward, left knee towards your chest and pause. Shift the left knee over to the right tricep, finding that twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, downward facing dog, three-legged, so left leg stays lifted. Full inhale here. Exhale, glide your body forward. Left knee to your chest. Step scooch, walk your left foot forward. Release your right knee down. Good. Already looking for the balance, so that could be walking that left foot over an inch or two to the left. And then when you're ready, climb the hands to the top of the left thigh. Draw the navel in. Arms reach skyward. Half lunge. Good. Slowly press the palms together. Inhale, reach the chest skyward. Pull the arms back. Exhale, release the hands down by your hips. Left hand to left hip. Inhale, right arm up and over. Find that side bend. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Lengthen your right arm forward. Lower it down towards your left foot. And then wrap your chest towards the left. Reach your left arm upward. As you exhale, lower the left hand down. Tuck your right toes. Lift your back leg. Step your left leg back. High plank position. And exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra pose. Again, pausing here, hover your hands, see if you can get the chest lifted about another half inch. And then as you exhale, lower the chest down, curl the toes, shift through tabletop, exhaling into downward facing dog. That nice open mouth breath. Sometimes it's nice to take it as like a cleansing breath. Give yourself a moment to reset. And then look forward, slowly walking your feet up towards your hands and folding at the top of your mat. Now grab your blocks if you have them. If your hands are not touching the mat or your toes, grab your blocks and rest your hands on your blocks. Allow your head to go, give it a nice shake. Loosen up any of the tension around your neck and shoulders. Keep a nice softness around your knees here so you're not straining through your hamstrings and lower back. Next, inhale, tuck your chin, slowly rolling up to a stand, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, sweeping your arms skyward. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold forward. Pause here, keep your blocks, step your left leg back, and have both legs straight. We're gonna move into a nice hamstring stretch. Inhale, lengthen your body forward. And this might be enough, otherwise you can fold over that straight front leg. And so your back toes are pointing towards the top of your mat, your front toes are pointing towards the top of the mat. Full inhale. As you exhale, re-bend, press some weight into your right foot, walk your blocks forward of the toes, and then lift your back leg off the mat. Square your hips. So you're not opening up your hip here. That's a different pose. We're squaring the hips down. Good. As you take your exhale, pull your left knee in towards your chest. Inhale, re-extend the left leg back. 2 more. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to chest. And send it back. Listen carefully. Bend into the right knee. Walk the hands back towards the right foot and slowly lower those left toes down. Left heel spins around. Right heel intersects with back arch. Warrior 2. Strong bend into the front knee. It's going to look like my left leg probably on the video here, but it's my right, so you're good right where you are. Good. Flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. Big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to move into a half moon balance. Grab the block, lean forward, left hand to left hip, and come on up to your half moon balance. So a balancing practice takes a lot of focus, and it really demands a lot of presence. Which helps us also stay present and mindful. One more inhale. See if you can lift that back leg an inch higher. As you exhale, re-square this left hip like we did for our standing split. And lower the left leg down to meet the right. We're back in that forward fold. Take that cleansing breath. Big inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Good. Inhale, slowly curve the body upward, stacking the spine. Reach the arms skyward. Exhale, hands to heart. And same sequence on the left side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, lengthen out. Walk the hands back to line the foot. Step your right foot back. Toes are pointing towards the top of the mat. Both legs are straight, coming into our hamstring stretch. Inhale, lengthen forward. It's always a movement forward to get the spine nice and long before any type of folding. And then if you have the space, keep the length as you fold over your straight front leg. Good. One more inhale here. As you exhale, start to shift that weight forward. Walk the hands back towards the top of the foot and reach the back foot off the mat. Good. Next exhale, hug right knee to chest. Inhale, re-lengthen. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, re-lengthen. Last one. Exhale, bring it in. And re-lengthen. Pause here, listen carefully. Bend into that front leg. Slowly lower the right foot down. Spin the back heel down. Walk your left foot over an inch or two so your heel to arch align, setting up for warrior 2. And rise on up. Good. Encourage yourself to really move deeply into that front thigh. And then slowly reverse your warrior, flip your left palm, go up and over, finding that side bend, keeping the bend and the strength moving forward into that front leg. And half moon pose. As you exhale, lengthen forward, land your hand on the block, right hand on the hip, and step on up. Good. When you're ready, reach your right arm skyward and find your balance. You can keep your gaze down, you can look to the side. Every time you shift your gaze away from the ground, it's going to be more challenging. So looking up towards your hands is going to be the most challenging. See if you can lift your back leg up like another inch or so. And then when you're ready, we're going to lower the right hand down, square off the right hip, and feet together, folding at the top of your mat. One more cleansing breath. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Really nice. Full breath in. Start to round the spine, rolling to a stand. Arms reach skyward. Exhale, hands to heart. Really nice. All right, facing forward. We're going to move into tree pose, or you can do a standing four-legged figure four stretch. So we're going to root down through the right foot and pick the pick the left knee up into the chest. So rooting down through the right, pick the left knee up, hug it in as deeply as you can. Feel this outer right hip hugging in, and pause here. You can stay here. You do not have to go any deeper into any other pose. If you're going to decide to do tree pose, you're going to take the foot above the knee to the inside of the thigh. If this is way challenging, you can also have the leg, or the foot, I'm sorry, on the shin or calf. I'm going to encourage you to not have toes on the mat today, just because I want to work the balance a little bit more. And then figure four stretch, if you're choosing that route, it would be crossing the ankle over the knee, or slightly above actually, over the thigh. So either variation today. Last inhale here. As you exhale, pull the left knee back up towards the chest and lower the foot down. Shake out your standing leg. And switch. Grounding down through the left foot, bring the right knee up into the chest, give it a squeeze, and then see if you can just hold it there, using the strength of your abdominal muscles and your core to get it there. And then whatever variation, you can decide to stay here. You can decide to do full tree pose, lower the foot, keep hugging that outer hip in, or do figure four stretch. Hands on hips, hands to heart, hands overhead. And then when you're ready, take one more breath and hug the right knee back up to the chest and slowly set the foot down. And you can kind of just see for a moment what side was much easier for you, what side was very hard. Your right side is kind of more of your masculine energy. Your left side governs more of your feminine energy. So it's always interesting to see where we're more dominant in terms of our strength and our stability. As you inhale, reach your arms skyward, find a nice big stretch here. As you exhale, release the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Will look like this. Draw the tailbone down, draw the fingertips down towards the heels, lift the heart. And then take a nice forward fold, re-bend into the knees. Not a huge bend, but a soft bend as you take the arms up and over, away from the lower back as much as you can. One more inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. Good. Walk your hands forward, feet backward, downward facing dog. Sliding my blocks off my mat here. Good. One full breath in. As you exhale, shift the body forward and lower all the way down. So that's kind of one movement. Good. Sliding your hands back towards your ribs, hugging your elbows towards one another, taking an inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Reach your arms back as if you're trying to touch your toes. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Now sweep your arms forward. You can have the option, we'll start here actually. Let's all put our fingertips down forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Notice how that feels. And release. And now let's float those fingertips off the mat. Reaching the arms forward, biceps towards the ears. Inhale, lift the heart. Hold. Float the feet off the mat. Locust pose. Draw the navel in. And exhale, release it all down. Go ahead, crisscross the forearms and rest the head to one side. Good. Taking a shake of the hips. And we're going to move into more of our deeper stretches, more of our cooling work. shifting into hands and knees and then finding your way onto your back. So before we fully dive in to the second half of our practice, moving on to our backs. Let's move my blocks out of the way. We're going to find ourselves into a bridge pose. So bring the feet hips distance apart. See if you can draw the heels towards the fingertips just so they graze the backs of the heels. And then as you inhale, draw your tailbone down and then lift the hips. Pause here, finding some balance. Press the backs of the shoulders down, open across the chest, ground down into your left leg, bring your right knee up towards your chest, just like we did standing. Lift through your left leg, engage your glutes. You can keep the knee bent, you can work the leg straight. And slowly rebend the knee and lower the leg down. Keep the hips lifted and do the same thing. Shift the weight into the right side, draw the left knee in. You can stay here, try and keep the height of the hips. Extend the foot if that feels okay for you. Rebend the knee, lower the foot down, and lower the whole body down. Good. Scoop both knees in towards your chest and give them a squeeze. Good. Extend your left leg forward. Keep your right knee in. And then when you're ready, take your right knee over to the left, single leg twist, open your right arm out to the right, and maybe shift your gaze to the right as well. And coming back towards center. Good, and switch. Both knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. Extend your right leg down. Cross that over, left leg over right. And then shift your gaze. Good, coming back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. And figure four stretch. Crossing right ankle over left knee. Hug it in. And release. And switch. Left ankle over right knee. Hug it in. You're interlacing your fingers either under or over your opposite thigh or shin. And release. And roll to one side, press yourself up. And find a butterfly pose, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Let's take the heels a little further away. I think for those of you who've been practicing with me for a while, you know I really like this diamond variation of butterfly where it's like a little further away. As you inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, lower it down, folding over your feet. And coming out of that, good. Bring the knees in using the help of your hands. And let's do a wide-legged stretch. So just taking the legs nice and wide. And then you can just pause here and just notice the stretch in between the thighs. If you have the space to move forward, you can move forward any amount. Keep the feet flexed, toes curling back towards your face. And coming back to center. Using the help of your hands again, pull your knees towards one another and then shifting onto your back. If you want to get a little core work in, extend your arms forward, slowly lowering down, and then lift the feet, straighten the legs. Let's hold this boat pose for a moment. And bend the knees, lower the feet, lower everything down. Stretch the legs forward, interlace the hands, slip the palms, point the toes forward, big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Allow yourself to move into your meditation, into your shavasana. And give yourself the time and space to really be here and receive the benefits of your practice. Reminding yourself of your intention for today. And you're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, start to shift over to one side. Again, pressing yourself up to a seat. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I always enjoy sharing these tools with you, and I hope you enjoy them too. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.